Welcome back to Devotions from History. An audience member once said to composer Georg Handel after hearing his Messiah that he must be so proud of the entertainment that he had written. And Handel stood back and said, "Entertainment? I meant to write it to teach." When librettist Charles Jennings came to Handel and said that he wanted to write a piece that would talk about the Messiah, beginning with Old Testament prophecies, moving on to the New Testament account of his birth, on to the passion, the death and resurrection of Jesus, and ending with the glorification in Revelation, Handel was excited and got right to it. It had been a downtime in his life, and he felt like he needed a new project. And he said later, after he was done, that he felt like he had done it in the seventh heaven, and he didn't know whether he had written the music in his body or in his spirit. Either way, Handel's Messiah has transformed the experience of the holidays for so many people. It was written to be performed during the Lenten season, which is now, although we typically hear more of it during the Advent season around Christmas. It was on this date, March 23rd of 1743, that Handel's Messiah first performed in London, and another tradition began that very same night. It is said that when King George II began to hear the opening notes of Handel's famous Messiah Hallelujah chorus, that he stood to his feet. Well, royal protocol always says that when the monarch stands, everyone else around him stands. Why did King George stand? It's a mystery. Some people say that his gout was bothering him, and so he stood to make himself more comfortable. Others say that because he was so deaf, when he heard the first notes, he thought it was the national anthem, and so he stood in respect to the anthem. Who knows? But he started a tradition that now, 200 years later, is still in effect. When we hear the opening notes of Handel's Messiah's Hallelujah chorus, we stand to our feet in honor, not of King George, but of the King of Kings. I like the way Handel said that he wrote Messiah as a way to teach. Music does that. It teaches us and it touches us. When words fail, music can really get to the heart of the matter, can't it? But it can also teach us something. It's been said that as great as John Wesley's preaching was, it was Charles Wesley's hymns that kept the Methodist movement going, because what Charles would do was take the teaching of John and set it to music. How many of us have memorized scriptures and doctrines by setting them to music? And Handel has given us some great stuff to listen to, appreciate, and teach us. So today on March 23rd, what are you listening to? What is it teaching you? Is it giving you something that you want to keep in your heart? Because remember, the songs that we listen to stay with us for a lifetime, and music really does affect history.